It was January 2021 when Stefan Chin's world started to implode. A 24-year-old cryptocurrency fund manager, he had built Virgil Capital into a $90 million operation and convinced some of Wall Street's sharpest investors that his algorithm was untouchable. Then auditors started asking questions he couldn't answer. The lie was about to surface. Stefan Chin grew up in Sydney, Australia, a quiet kid obsessed with mathematics and numbers. By his late teens, he was already reading academic papers on quantitative trading algorithms, the kind of thing PhD students struggle with. He wasn't just smart. He was the kind of smart that makes ordinary people feel like they're speaking a different language. In 2016, at just 18 years old, Stefan Chin dropped out of university and founded a cryptocurrency hedge fund he called Virgil Capital. His pitch was elegant and seductive. His proprietary algorithm could find tiny price differences for the same cryptocurrency across different exchanges and exploit them in milliseconds for guaranteed profit. He called it quantitative arbitrage. To Wall Street, it sounded like genius. Stefan Chin moved to New York and started pitching to real investors. He talked about algorithms and arbitrage with a fluency that made Wall Street veterans feel outpaced. Investor Daniel Park listened carefully, studied the numbers, and handed over his money. So did dozens of others. The returns Stefan Chin promised were extraordinary. By 2020, Virgil Capital was managing nearly $90 million. But Daniel Park started noticing something odd. The account statements showed astronomical returns, 15–20% monthly gains, while the crypto markets themselves were volatile and unpredictable. Park requested independent audits. Stefan Chin delayed. He made excuses. He pushed back. No legitimate hedge fund manager acts that way. In late 2020, the SEC opened an investigation into Virgil Capital. What they found shocked even seasoned fraud investigators. Stefan Chin had never actually traded anything. The algorithm didn't exist. The profits were fictional. He had been running a Ponzi scheme, using money from new investors to pay fake returns to earlier ones. And he was doing it brilliantly enough that no one had caught on. Stefan Chin knew it was over. Federal investigators had subpoenaed his records. Investors were demanding proof. The lie he had built for 4 years was collapsing in real time. He had one choice to make: surrender or run. In January 2021, Stefan Chin booked a one-way flight out of the country. He packed. He headed to the airport. He was going to disappear. But the FBI was already watching. FBI agents arrested Stefan Chin at the airport before he could board. He was 24 years old. The SEC would later charge him with operating a massive Ponzi scheme. The $90 million he had collected, it was gone, spent, untraceable. Investor Daniel Park and dozens of others lost their life savings. The money was never recovered. Stefan Chin faced federal charges for securities fraud and wire fraud. In February 2021, the Department of Justice announced the case publicly. What had once looked like the next Wall Street wunderkind was revealed to be a thief. Stefan Chin pleaded guilty to all charges. He was sentenced to time in federal prison. His conviction stands as a stark reminder. On Wall Street, if something looks too good to be true, it always is. The smartest people in the room are sometimes the best liars. If you found this story as wild as we did, hit that like button and follow this page for more of the true stories Wall Street doesn't want you to know.